My name's Joe Wyatt, and from the time I was born, I was raised in church. My grandfather pastored a church in Indiana, and along with it, he had a Christian school, and I was basically raised in the environment from the time I was born. 6 days a week, going to church. Um, Moved to Tulsa, at the age of 7. My mother remarried, and it was basically a culture shock at that time for me because my home environment never really matched up with uh, what we were taught in church. And from that point on, I was kind of starting to second guess what was real and what wasn't. I always questioned everything just because of that environment at home. When I got to about 5th or 6th grade, things kind of escalated a little bit more in the house, and you know, church became more of instead of a shelter, it became more of a place for appearances and keeping up appearances. Started smoking, when I was 12, drugs, alcohol, at the age of 14 and 15, and I think I was always looking for that close family and acceptance that I had in my early years that had kind of just morphed into a different reality. I decided I needed to go to counseling to kind of work out all the issues that between my childhood and the things with my father and all that. But at that point is when I went to the Christian counselor and we kind of talked about things, is when I realized what grace was truly all about. That's when I was able to kind of separate, my family's faith from my own faith. The biggest thing that impressed us about the crossing was the outreach to the community. So much of my life growing up in church, after leaving my grandfather's church, there wasn't that outreach. There wasn't that helping the needy and loving their neighbor as themselves. It was more of a closed group of individuals that were gathering together to worship God. And I always, after getting back into church, I wanted to, reach out and help those in need. And that was one of the biggest things that impressed me and my wife, was the outreach and the serving that the crossing did. Going through the journey class in the community group, I was able to really dial in what I feel like God has called me to do. Reaching out and helping the needy and the poor was something that was always been really strong on my heart. My hope for the crossing in the future is for us to be a shining light in the community, something that the community can't live without.